Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, and on today's episode we're gonna talk about some ghost stories because only one person requested it, but I don't care. I wanted to tell the spooky stories, so why not let's tell the spooky stories. One thing I do not like is that the condo across from me can 100% see me. Yeah, just look, they can definitely fucking see me 100%. So anywho, let's get to it because we are on a race with it's 7:44, so we are on a race with the sun. Okay, because the sun is gonna switch shifts and then go to the other fucking side of the world. So let's get to it. I'm just feeling mad uncomfortable because I feel like everybody can see me. I feel like, oh, one of my neighbors is looking at me. One of my neighbors is looking at me. Neighbor, please stop fucking looking at me. You know what? Without the balcony, I wouldn't do the video. And I know that, like, yeah, is the balcony really helping? In my fucking mind it is, because the ghosts cannot hear me through the balcony because we're outside now. They're trapped in there. So let's get to it before it gets really dark. For one of you ghost fiends are like, well, you and your balcony not gonna help. I don't care. Shut up. Shut up. To me, they are not gonna be there. They can't hear me. They can't hear me. I know they can't because they're trapped in there. Anywho. Alright, so let's just start. Like, I have a whole list. According to my list, I have 14 stories. So that's a lot of stories, but some are pretty short, right? Just want you guys to acknowledge my hair, please. I washed it for you guys, and it's looking mad beautiful. I'm not gonna show you the back. Let me just show you the back. Let me just show you the back, because the back always pisses me off. And it's why I don't know if I wanna... Look at the back. You see the back? Stupid. I fixed it, so it might be, like, curly now, but... earlier it was straight, and it's exactly why. I don't know if during my wedding I'm going to like go like this or go with straight hair. We'll figure that out later in the future. Anyway, so let's get on to the stories. So I'm gonna tell you about my first story ever. I remember it to a T. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay, so please don't mind the noises in the background. I live downtown. I have no choice. So let's get to the stories. So I'm going to tell you one of the first stories that I had, like the first experience that I had. So yeah. Okay. So I remember that I was 7. I was like around 7 or 6. And I remember that my sister was babysitting me because my brother and mom were working or whatever. And so whatever. So I remember that, like, I was really annoying, and I remember that my sister was trying to get me to clean before my mom came home, but I didn't want to, lol. So whatever, I was being really fucking annoying about it, whatever. And then I remember that my sister was trying to get me to broom or like pick it up. I don't remember. And so I remember that I was being so annoying that she dragged me, right? She dragged me by the arm to come and, like, do what I was supposed to do. And then I remember that she dragged me into, like, the middle of the hall. Not the middle of the hallway, but the beginning of the hallway, okay? And I remember that, like, I remember I was cracking up. I was cracking the hell up because I was being mad annoying. Alright, there was a closet door. And I remember seeing, like, when I looked towards it, that I saw this, like, figure, like, this man figure walk by into the bathroom. So then I started panicking because I'm like, girl, how did you not see that? How did you not see that man literally go into our washroom? Like, you telling me you didn't see him? But the thing is, like, this shadow man wasn't like a person. Like, it wasn't like me right now. It was like, he was, how do I explain it? Like, he was actually on the closet wall. Okay? It was like an actual shadow. Like, if someone was standing there and there was light, you would see their shadow type of thing. He wasn't like out and standing. He was on the closet door passing by. You know? Okay. So that was that. I remember I was really spooked. Obviously, like, that was my first time experiencing something paranormal. And, like, obviously at the time I didn't know it was paranormal. But that's probably where my fascination started. Because I'm absolutely obsessed with paranormal and true crime. And anything supernatural. Like, just that stuff. I really love ghosts. I really do. They're so interesting to me. Now, great. Now, the sunlight's gonna make me look white on this half, so please don't mind. The sun is moving. He's going home. Okay, so this one that I have is actually quite a recent story, actually. And what makes it even creepier is that my mom witnessed it too. So it wasn't just me being crazy. She witnessed it too. Now I'm going to take these glasses off because the sun is making my eyes brown. Why not enjoy it? We're going to put it here like a bad bitch. Okay. So yeah, so this story happened recently, actually. And it's perfect because I can't see any neighbors. So even if they are looking at me, I can't know. Anywho, so this is like maybe 2 months ago or so. Okay, so I heard a bunch of shit fall in the kitchen. And I was going to go pick it up. But I was being lazy. But I remember that I was going to go pick it up. And so I heard my mom start picking it up. You know, like I could hear the chips. And like her just grabbing stuff. Like I actually hear her grabbing the chips and putting it back on the shelf, right? So whatever. So I go on about my night and whatever. And then I remember I came out of the room and I noticed that all the stuff was on the floor. So then I went up to my mom and I asked her, I'm like, I thought you picked it up. And she was like, no, I thought you picked it up. I heard you literally start picking it up and put it on the shelf. And I told her, I'm like, I heard you pick it up and put it on the shelf. And she was like, so it's not on the shelf at all? And I'm like, no, it's literally still on the floor. So obviously me and her were like, okay, well, we both experienced it. We both experienced hearing it fall. We both experienced hearing someone literally pick it up. Like we heard both, but like we can't, I'm not lying. Like we both heard someone pick it up. Like neither of us are lying. We clearly heard the same thing. So that was really creepy. Really creepy. Oh, okay. So this one's short. So basically, my mom, I came out of the room, like I woke up at like, I don't know, 4. And my mom was like, I swear I heard you, like I swear you already got up. And I was like, no, like I just woke up. And then she was like, oh, well, that's weird because I literally saw you come out of the room and go into the bathroom. And I was like, no ma'am, because I was sleeping during the time she woke up. So I was like, ma'am, it was not me. So that was really weird. I don't know what that was about. That was a little strange, a little spooky, if you will. Okay, so yeah, this 4th story, it happened twice, but I'm just gonna put it into one story because it was the same exact occurrence, different day. So, okay, so this is probably back in 2018 or some shit, I don't know. But basically, me and my sister were sharing a bedroom. We're sharing a bunk bed, and a bed in a bedroom, yeah, same thing. So we were sharing a bunk bed, and I was on the top and she was on the bottom, right? Okay. And I remember I was just vibing, chilling, like I don't know what I was doing, that's my business. I was on my bed, I remember that. I was on my bed, chilling, vibing, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I heard, and I'm like, okay. So then I was like it was clearly a female sigh. So I was like, okay, like that's a little weird. Like I didn't know my sister was in here. So like I called her name and she didn't respond. So I'm like, okay. So then I didn't have my glasses on and there was a mirror like in front of us. So I couldn't see the reflection, but I tried looking and I didn't really see anybody on there. So when I finally put my glasses on, I realized that my sister was never in the room. Like I don't know where that sigh came from, but she was not in my room. So whatever, I brushed it off. I'm like, hey, this is really creepy, but whatever. Then another time, the exact same thing happened. I was minding my business. I wasn't talking. Remember, I wasn't talking both occasions. When I heard again from the bottom of the bunk, I forgot to mention that. I heard this sigh underneath me. It was on her bed. Like, it was not like a sigh coming from the bed. It was coming from the freaking bottom of her. Like, I could hear the sigh under my bed. Right? So then again, I heard, I'm like, what the hell? And again, I called my sister. I'm like, maybe she wasn't, like, maybe I didn't notice that she walked in. She was not there. And when I actually tried to look under the bed, and there was absolutely nobody on her bed. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute. That's cute. And it stopped. It didn't happen again, but it was really weird because I never ever felt female presences. So I was like, I don't know who this female is, but I do not know her. So that was weird. And it was just a sigh, too. That's it. And, like, it might sound like I was hearing or it was like a video. It was not. Don't try to tell me that it was a video or something. I remember I was quiet. The exact same sigh for the exact same length. Homegirl was stressed. And I don't know what she was stressed about. Okay, so these are, what was this, the fourth story or the fifth story? I don't remember. I guess the fourth story, or the fifth. I don't remember where I was at. So this is 3 occasions that I'm going to put together into one, because they're basically the same thing. And this happens to me often. And we'll talk about it later. Okay? So, let's start with the small ones. Okay? So, I remember one time, I was home alone, and I heard my brother come home. And I knew he came home because he was coming home from soccer. Each time he came home and he lost the game or was just annoyed, he would always, like, slam his backpack on the table. And he always had a water bottle inside. So I could hear, like, the metal of the water bottle hit the table. So I remember this one time, I heard, like, my brother come home, opens the door, puts his bag on the table, and I heard him sigh, like, an annoying, like, ugh, and put it down. So then whatever. And then I wanted to show him something. I think it was like a meme or something. So I call him out. I'm like, yo, Michael, I want to show you this. Why do I open the door, see no backpack on the table, see no brother in the house? So I'm like, okay. So I call him out. I'm like, hello? And then I go, like, towards it, like, the table. And there's no brother. There was no backpack. He never came home. So I was like, okay, well, that's cute. So I went back in my room and hid, because I'm like, no, baby girl, like, why did it just mock my brother? I do not like that. Then again, so this happened again, but with my mom. So this time I heard my mom come home. It was like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. And I remember that she opened the door and I heard her heels coming in the house. And I remember hearing her putting her bag on the table and everything. You know, I could hear her keys. And so I go out to go check. I don't know, maybe I wanted to say hi to her or something. And she wasn't there. So I texted her and I'm like, yo, like, did you ever come home or something? And she was like, nah, like, I never came home. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute. That is really cute. Super cute. Okay. Strangely enough, this never happens with my sister. It never mocks my sister. I don't know if it's because she's Christian. Sorry, I just thought I saw blue in my eyes. It was just my eyes playing a trick on me. But yeah, I don't know if it was because Christian, because I ever seen her being mocked or mimicked in my life. Except for the woman sighing. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be her. But it was just a female sigh in general. Anyway. So this one actually happened in the balcony. And now that I realize that this actually happened in the balcony, I'm like, you know what? It's probably not safe to be talking shit in here. But it's too late. Whatever. We'll just pray to Jesus. So... okay, so I remember that I was in here and I was trying to get my clothes. I think it was my winter clothes. Maybe. Yeah, because I don't remember wearing a jacket or anything like that. So I don't know, I was trying to get something from the balcony, okay? Something. I was trying to get my clothes. I remember it was clothes. And I remember the balcony door was open and I believe, hey, bitch, go. Bye. Sorry, pigeons just tried to join the club. What the fuck is going on over there? Anywho, oh my god, can you guys shut the hell up? Oh my god, they're singing. Should I be like, shut the fuck up? I kind of want to ruin their vibe. Anyway. Okay, let's get to it because it's getting dark. I ain't talking about this in the dark. Baby. Okay, so this happened in the balcony, okay? So I remember I was grabbing something, and I remember that while I was grabbing it, we have like, I'm really lazy to get up. So we have like bars on this side, and then on this side it's completely covered. Okay, you can't fall through it or anything like that. You can't fall through these bars either, but I'm just saying, like, it's just bars. You can Prince sticks his head out there, but here he can't because it's completely blocked. So, this is like metal, I think. There's like a weird material. So I remember that, like, while I was trying to get my clothes, I was banging on it. And it was making, like, it's a freaking loud noise. Let me make the noise and you see what I'm talking about. You hear that? Yeah. So I was making that noise trying to get, whatever I was trying to get. And so I heard my mom yell my name in a tone that, like, she was angry with me. You know, she was like, Samantha! And like, I was like, what? I was like, what? Like, what I did? So I say, what? No response. And And I heard it from over there. Actually, I heard it from that window. Creepy enough. Yeah, I heard it from this window, even though the balcony door was open. But I heard her yell, so it's probably because on the couch. That's what I think it was. Like, she was yelling me from the couch. So I respond. I'm like, what? Nothing. So then, now I'm annoyed because I'm like, why did homegirl call my name just to not, like, respond and dip? So then I go into her room, and I'm like, what? She's like, what? And I'm like, why did you yell at me? And she's like, I never yelled at you. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I was getting something on the balcony, and you yelled at me. And she was like, no, I didn't. Like, I've been in my room this whole time. And the creepy thing about her room is that it's all the way over there. It's all the way over there. It is not here. It is over there. So, who was that? Who the fuck was that? So then, what made it creepy is that I could tell my mom's face was kind of like uncomfortable hearing that I was like actually responding to her even though she never talked to me. So when I saw her face of how uncomfortable she was, I was like, so I definitely like it was not her. It was not her. And so this happens to me often, like I said. And so I remember, like, I Googled it, and I was like, look, well, I didn't Google it. I think I was on Reddit. And Reddit says that, like, a spirit will mock or mimic someone you know for you to give them attention. Because, yeah, I gave my brother attention, I gave my mom attention, and I gave my mom here attention. So I constantly give them attention. But the thing is, it's actually their voice. Like, this was my mom's voice. Like, you know, like, I would have been able to tell if it was not my mom, but it was my mom to a T. So, yeah, so I'm not sure why they're mimicking. I really don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. And now that I found out that it also mimics me, girl. Yeah, so I don't know what the hell I have in here, but it likes to mimic things. And it needs to stop, because that's me giving it attention, but it's like, you're not slick. Like, if you can't, because it never gets my attention normally because I'm so used to it, and I know that you're not supposed to respond to it or give it any attention, which I don't until now. But, like, you know, it'll go away. So, okay, so this one is a short story. I was like, when I was in grade 9 or 10, and I remember I was getting ready for school, and I was in the kitchen trying to get a snack, and I remember I saw these Ferrero Rochers on the shelf, but I need you to understand that these Ferrero Rochers were perfectly sat on the shelf, okay? I fully remember looking at them because I was going to take them as a snack, well, as a breakfast, but I didn't. So I remember they are sitting perfectly fine on the shelf. When I turn around and I'm trying to, like, do something, and I hear the Ferrero Rochers fall. So I turn around, and them boys is all the way where I am. And I'm looking at the shelf because I'm like, there is no way those Ferrero Rochers magically fell all the way here. Like, they were fine. They were perfectly still. But they still happened to fall right to my feet. So I'm like, no. Bye, I'm going to school now. No, thank you. So that's a short one. That one I kind of don't really count as paranormal because, like, realistically, it could be just the Ferrero Rochers deadass fell. I don't know. Like, whatever, you know? Okay, so the last one is very faint memory. Very faint, but I have a lot of information on it, so. Okay, so, I'm gonna say it. I think I had a poltergeist when I was younger. I really do. Because, I could be wrong, because poltergeists are pretty, like, messed up. You know, they have a lot of anger issues. But, I remember that in, like, when I was in grade, like, 6, 7, and 8, mostly 7 I remember, and 8 as well. I remember mentally I was not doing well. I had, like, it was just when, because, like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me, but I had, like, depression from the start of freaking grade 5, so clearly it's genetic. Like, we already know that, baby girl. There was no reason for me to be depressed, but I did when I was in grade 5, so it's fucking genetic, okay? Thanks for the genetics. So, yeah. So, depression was still going on because I was still having a hard time trying to manage it. It wasn't until, like, grade 11 or 12, probably mostly 12, that I finally got my freaking, and take in. I'm in grade 13, basically, you know, if we're talking about grades. So, it's like, yeah, clearly, yeah, it took me a long time to actually be able to manage it. So, whatever, I read on Reddit or some shit, I don't remember where I read it, but I read it that, poltergeists like to attach themselves to teenagers specifically because of their energy, which makes so much sense. Because if you're a teenager or you where once when a teenager, think about when you were a teenager, were you not a little bit sad, you know, going through, like, teenagers are always going through some shit, always, okay? It's just like the point in life where, like, almost every teenager is just going through something, you know? Or they're feeling low. They're always feeling low with something. So think about that when you were a teenager. You were probably feeling a little bit low. So I remember, like, I was a preteen, but I was, like, at the, like, the most, like, lowest point of my life I have ever been. It was grade 7 and 8. Mostly grade 7 and 6. It was the lowest point of my life. And I have never been that depressed since. But still, like, I had clearly had a lot of negative energy around me, clearly. You know, because I was constantly sad. I wanted to kill myself, like, for real. Like, I actually wanted to kill myself. I didn't kill myself, obviously, I'm still here. But I'm just saying, like, that's how bad it was. You know, we was not good mentally at all. Right? Yeah. So, yes. Anyway, where are we going with that? Oh, yeah, so the poltergeist stuff. So, I just want to, like, tell you guys that, like, during this time, a lot of shit happened to me. But what's creepy is that it only happened to me. It never happened to my sister, and it rarely happened to my mom. Rarely. Because I know that she knows, too, that there's something really creepy about what's going on in there. There's just something attached. But it was mostly me who experienced it, and I never knew why. And it makes so much sense that it was a poltergeist because of how much negative energy I 100% had. And it was probably feeding on it, making it even worse. Because I remember, like, I'm pretty sure I told it to go away because, you know, me and homegirl have beef. It's a boy. I sound so crazy, but it's true. Whatever lingers, whatever follows me is a male. I don't know who this male is, but it's a male. I get a male vibe from it, never a female, always a male. So whatever. So what I was going with that is that I remember always when I was home alone, things in the kitchen would fall. But when I would go in the kitchen, nothing was fallen. And it was weird because I would hear cereal boxes, things from the shelf, like almost all the time. Things in the kitchen would always fall. Always. But every time I went in the kitchen, there was never anything there. Everything was fine the way it is. No, ma'am. Ma'am. Hey, go. You're not allowed. Thank you. Sorry, it was a pigeon. So yeah, that's my last story. I don't have much on that because, like I said, that's what it is. That's how much. Can you, girl? I said no. Go. Holy crap. Okay, yeah. Anyway, sorry. You just distracted me twice. So yeah, I'm not sure about that story. Like, there's not much to it because that's all there was. Like, it was always the kitchen. Things were fine, but every time I would go in there was never anything in there. And so yeah, and like, yeah, sure, it could be mental illness, but like, I don't know, like, you know, it's been years, and it's still going on. So like, I'm not sure about that. Even though, like, I don't give it attention anymore, that's where it stopped. Because I don't remember who told me. Someone told me that if you keep giving it attention, like, acknowledging it, like, if you see, like, a cereal box fall and you actually acknowledge it, for example, it's gonna know that you know. So then I stopped. Because every time I would do shit, I would just sing and pretend that I don't know what is going on. Even deep down inside, I'm panicking. But it doesn't know that. Anywho, what? Anywho, does it know? I wonder if it knows. Alright, so that is the end of this video. Sorry I made it a little short. I really don't want to give a lot of attention to it. I really don't. And like, this might be a way of giving attention, so I really want to avoid it because baby girl, I don't have time to be haunted right now. Like, I really don't care. Like, leave me alone. Like, every time, like, we're always beefing, so just leave me alone. So yeah, sorry that it was short, but and like kind of rushy, but like, yeah, I don't like giving attention to it a lot. And those are only all the stories I can remember. I've had a lot of experiences, unfortunately, but I can't remember them anymore. I only remember those ones specifically. So, alright, so thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, that's fine. I know a lot of people don't really like believe in ghosties or whatever, but I do because I experienced them. I've been experiencing them for so many years that it's like hard not to believe in them, you know what I mean? So yes, yeah, so thank you for tuning in.